Hi everyone, thank you so much for joining me today on Senior Fitness with Meredith. So today we are doing a floor or bed. If it's hard for you to get down on the floor, remember doing these a little bit raised on your bed, scoliosis, stretches, and a few strengthening exercises. You don't need any equipment, just your body weight will do. So having the floor, if you're able to get down to it, or your bed or a raised platform of some kind if you have one of those stretching tables. Have your water close by always. Go ahead and get everything together. Yourself ready to do some great stretches and strengthening for scoliosis. Welcome back. We're ready to get started with our floor or bed, scoliosis, stretches, and strengthening exercises. So remember, we need to get those stretches in to improve our flexibility and range of motion in our spine and reduce that spinal compression that we have, and then strengthen, really focus on strengthening through the abdominals, through the core muscles to help support the spine. So that's what we like to work on when we're focusing on doing floor and or bed, laying down stretches for scoliosis. So we'll start seated. Whether you're in your bed, your legs can be hanging down on the side, or you can sit with them crossed. However is most comfortable. They can be out in front of you if that's more comfortable. We're going to just focus on our posture to start. So we're nice and tall with that length in our spine. I want you to get a curve now through the spine and hollow out the belly, and feeling that difference when you curve those shoulders in. Now lengthen out through the spine. A big inhale. Let's do that again. Exhale. Inhale, lengthen out through the spine. Feel the stretch. Feel the opening in the vertebrae. And sit back up nice and tall. Good job. We're going to lengthen out through the legs to start. I want you to take your right, cross it over the left. We're going to hold on to that leg. Now, just depending on what feels best, you can stay here sitting up nice and tall. If it feels okay, I want you to put your right hand behind you and twist around to that right side. A nice spinal stretch. Again, it helps to get that compression and tension off the spine when we do our spinal twists. Come back to center. We're going to go that way one more time. Nice and tall, lengthen the spine. Inhale. Exhale. Twist if that's available to you and that feels okay. We'll come back to center. Good job. Lengthen out right. Left goes over right. Nice and tall. If that feels good and you want to stay there, go ahead and stay there. Otherwise, we'll bring that left arm behind us and we'll twist around to that left side. Inhale back to center. We'll do that one more time. And come back to center. Good job. Keeping the legs, they can stay out in front of you if that's the most comfortable for you. I'm going to cross my legs, nice and lifted, taking my left hand down by my left side, right arm goes up, release over to that left side. So my hand is down on the ground for stability, so you can put weight into that left side as you lengthen out through the right side body. Again, we're getting a curve through our spine. We're getting that side body stretch. Up to center, other side. Right hand goes down, left arm goes up. Release over to that right side. Put weight into that right hand if that feels okay. Stretch and open that left side body. Each side one more time. Left hand goes down, right arm goes up, release over. And other side, one more time. Right hand down, left up, release over, breathe. And we'll sit back up nice and tall, a butterfly stretch, bringing the soles of your feet together. They can either be out and far in front of you, depending on how tight those inner thighs and hip flexors are, working on pulling them in a little bit closer and working on getting those knees down. Most of the time people are very tight like this. Those hip flexors are tight, those gluteal muscles are tight. In time, the more we work, getting that spine released, getting those hips, inner thighs, hip flexors, gluteals, release into it, breathe into it. Good job. And bringing those knees up and together, feet are flat. I'm going to turn to my side because we're going to release down onto our backs now, keeping our feet planted. Knees are bent. First thing we're going to do, pelvic tilt. So like I said, with our strengthening, really focusing on getting the core muscles engaged to help stabilize our spine. So pelvic tilt, we want to tuck the pelvis under, and it's a slight lift of those gluteals off the ground. Release it back down. It's a small movement. Tighten through the abdominals, lift, 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 and release it back down. Exhale. Inhale. We have 2 more pelvic tilts. One more. And then release that out. So just that neutral spine, neutral pelvis. Hands go down by your side. Glute bridge is next. So now we're going to press into our feet. Our shoulders stay down onto the ground as we lift our hips up off of the ground. We're getting strength through those abdominals as we stretch through our abdominals, those hip flexors that may be tight, squeezing through our gluteals, and release that down. Let's do that again. Exhale, bridge up. Inhale down. Good job. Exhale. Squeeze and release. Just 2 more. Exhale. Inhale. 1 more. Exhale. Inhale, release it down. Good job. You can walk your feet a little bit further out. So hands go onto our thighs. We're really focusing on those abdominals as we roll our head and shoulders up off of the ground. Gently release it back down. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Call these slight roll-ups to engage the abdominals. Release. 2 more. 1 more. And releasing the shoulders and the head back down, pulling those knees into the body. So a counter stretch, getting a nice stretch through the lower back, through the spine, those gluteals, little rock side to side. We'll release the feet down, but now lengthen them out nice and long. Arms go above the head if that's available to you, and feel as if you're being pulled in 2 separate directions, from the feet, from the hands. Length all the way through the body. Big inhale. Big exhale. Now take the upper body and just curve it towards the right side, stretching over. Come back to center. and left, curve over to that left side. Come back to center, one more big stretch of the body and releasing that. Bringing the knees up. So whenever you're getting up from a laying position, this is always good to know. Rolling onto your side, so legs go over, placing hand down, pressing yourself up to a seated position will be so much better for those hips, those hip flexors, for your spine when you're getting up. So we have a couple more movements. These are going to be on our hands and knees. So if you have bad knees and these are not available to you, just go ahead and watch and see the movements that we're doing, these stretches and strengthening movements for scoliosis. So we're going to go on to our hands and knees, just 3 different movements that we're doing. Placing hands right underneath shoulders, knees right below hips, core is pulled in tight, cat and cow. So you've probably heard of these before in yoga or in different breathing classes that you may have seen. So we're going to arch the back, bringing our gaze down. This is our cat, nice arched back of the cat. We exhale. And then the counter stretch, belly goes down, head and tail look up. Exhale. Inhale. One more time. Exhale. Inhale. Come back to our neutral spine. Next are our bird dogs. So opposite hand and leg going out, but I'm going to show different modifications. So right arm's going to go out in front of us. That may be where we are at, and that is perfect. If it's available, our left leg goes back behind us, and we feel that length down the spine, through the body, holding that for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, releasing that down. Other side, starting with just upper body. So arm lengthens out nice and long. We stay there. If it's available to you, the opposite leg lengthens out behind you, feeling that stretch through the body. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, releasing everything down. One more time. If you were only able to lift upper body, now we're going to just do lower body, adding upper if you can do both upper and lower. So lengthening out through the leg, holding that there. If you can add upper body, opposite arm goes straight out in front of you, lengthen for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, release it down. Last side to go, lengthening through lower body. If you did just upper body, go ahead and stay there. If you can lift upper and lower together, opposite arm lengthens out in front, and we breathe for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good job. Releasing hand and knee down into our child's pose. This is a great thing if you are able to get on hands and knees. Wonderful for your spine, especially with scoliosis. Allowing your hips to release back towards your heels, walking those hands out, releasing the chest down. If you're tight and you need to stay here and you're tensing, you can take a pillow or a yoga block and put it underneath the chest or underneath your forehead, or releasing forehead down and breathing. This is a wonderful, wonderful stretch for your spine. Breathing into it. Do one more deep inhale and exhale if you're able to get in this pose with me. And we'll walk our hands back to meet our knees. We'll flip onto our sit bones, Legs can go out in front of you or crossed like I'm doing mine. Nice and tall. Let's end with our 3 deep inhales and exhales. Inhale, length up overhead. Exhale. 2 more times. Big deep inhale, length up. Lengthen through the side body and spine. Release 1 more time. Big deep inhale. Exhale, release it all out. Wonderful job completing your seated or laying on the floor or bed, if that's safer for you, scoliosis stretches and strengthening exercises. I'm so proud of you. I look forward to our next workout together.